Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ken, the Boring Fisherman. I have a tin of kipper snacks. There's no wrapper because the wrapper got damaged, but it's kipper snacks. Modog, fishing with Modog, has been all but begging me to do another one of these videos. And here we are. By the way, facelift, what do you think? Anyway, we're going to get right into it here. I know that my uploading has been really lacking. Life has been difficult. Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. I can't quite turn it without making a mess, but anyway. Kipper snacks. Let me get a little shake over here. Tabasco branded sriracha. And we're all good to go now. So, anyway, what's new with you guys? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this stuff. Anyhow, so today's Saturday. I had to work today. I had to go work in the store, and then after that, we did a bunch of other work around the shop. It's late evening. The sun's almost down. I don't know. It's 6:30, something like that. I'd look, but I'm filming with my phone. So anyway, yesterday was Friday, and yesterday I went fishing with one of my coworkers, and we had a bluefish blitz. And I had my camera out. Those bendy tripods, I like the idea behind them, and maybe a higher quality one would be better. But that really cheap one that I got in a bulk pack from Amazon years ago isn't the greatest, but it did the job. Oh, I love kipper snacks. But anyway, I set that thing up and did some filming. Now this camera, it's not a GoPro. It's an Picasso, and this one is the EK7000 model. Believe it or not, this was my second action camera ever. My first one was my Brave 4, but I don't have a mount for the Brave 4 right now. Those Picasso cameras have actually been working pretty good for me. The problem is the batteries. And that model you can't watch your film on. You can't watch your video on the camera. And I haven't plugged it into my laptop yet to see how my footage from yesterday was. We got into a whole bunch of fish. It was a blast. It was a good time. I had the camera plugged into my power pack, and it gave up at some point in time, and I don't know when it was. I don't even know how much footage I got. But we had a blast last night. We must have thrown back 30 fish. It was crazy. It was crazy. I'll tell you about it. Hang on. Mm-hmm. So it's like 5:30. We're putting the boat in. It's after work, and it's like a 15-minute run. I don't even know how many miles it is, but it's like 15 minutes to get there, 10 or 15, something like that. But we get out to this spot. Now I ain't gonna say no spot names because it ain't my spot to say. But we get out there, and then what we do is we look for birds. We look for birds diving, and when they're diving on bait. And usually when there's bait, there's fish. So we got out there, and John hands me the remote for the trolling motor, so I'm playing with the trolling motor, and I get a couple of casts in, and I hook up with a fish. Fish on, first one, and then John hooks one, then I hook another, And then I can't remember his name. Andrew, I think, was the other guy that was with us. One of John's other friends. But anyway, we'd caught like 7 keeper fish. We'd end up having like 7 in the boat. And then it was dark. It had got dark, because it gets dark here at like 7 o'clock. Something like that. Or right around 7, it's sun going down. Well, right as the sun was going down over the horizon and the sky was orange, you can't see my hand over here, but I'm talking about my hands too. But as the sky was orange and the sun was going down, and we took our sunglasses off because it's sunny down here, we decided to move spots. So we're going along, and all of a sudden John pulls it out of gear, and there's fish boiling like everywhere. Just feeding frenzy going on. Orange sky, you can still see good. And before the boat even comes to a stop, I have my rod out of the holder and I've cast it out and have a fish on. And we fished there for probably half an hour, and every cast was a fish. We had doubles, we had triples. You know, we must have caught 30, 40 fish there. And we ended up keeping our 3 fish each. But it was a blast. I have never in my life had that much fun fishing. Well, maybe I have, but that was a good time, and I'm really hoping that I have some good footage of that for you guys. I know this is going to be backwards, but yeah, I don't care. I'm backwards. I can be backwards. I get to be backwards. Anyway, I love me some kipper snacks. Put some more sriracha on there. There we go. Big old dollop of sriracha. Anyway. Yeah, no, it was a good time. Some of that fish is actually out there in the smoker. The wife and I fried a little bit, and we're smoking the rest. John gave me his fish to run through the smoker, so we're going to run some in the smoker too. And I'm really looking forward to trying that. Because those bluefish, they're kind of oily, a little bit. They're a pelagic, which means they're like related to tuna, and so they're pretty oily, and they got that red bloodline in them on the lateral line, and so they're very similar to like a tuna, so far as for the fact that they're related. But when you hook up with those things, they fight like a coho salmon. It's nuts. You drag. You get a little bit, drag, you get a little bit, you fight it, it goes around, then it's doing aerobatics, and it pulls drag again. They're fun. They're fun little fish to catch. There is not enough kipper snacks in this tin of kipper snacks. So I'm really hoping that footage turns out good for you guys so that you can experience it too, because it was a good time. It was a really good time. I mean, we put on a clinic. It was crazy. Anyway, I'm going fishing again tomorrow with my other coworker Terry. He doesn't want no cameras on his boat. He's old school. He don't take selfies. He don't like taking pictures, and he doesn't like cameras. So I'm not going to take my camera on his boat. But we are going to go out into the Atlantic Ocean and troll for Spanish mackerel, because that's his favorite thing to do, and I like eating Spanish mackerel. So we're going to go. And it should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to take one of my grandpa's fishing rods with me that I've got a reel on for trolling. A little bit different trolling than I'm used to from home, but I'll figure it out. It's all high-speed stuff here. I mean, there's no trolling 1/2 to 2 miles an hour kind of thing. It's like 7 mile an hour trolling here. I'm out of kippers. Hang on a second. I'm back! Some sardines. Anyway. Love it. The worst part about these is the dang sticker sticks. These are sardines and mustard. I'm going to go ahead and pull the lid all the way off of this one. I normally don't. But what do you think? Smells pretty good, don't it? I'm going to try a bite of this in the mustard. Oh no, Ken, you're eating so much fish and so much salt, you're going to kill yourself. So what? Yeah, it's mustard. Mustard's not for everybody. I'm not a super fan of mustard. However, I do know how to fix it. Put a little bit of sriracha on there. That fixes everything. I definitely like herring better than sardines, especially since I just ate a bunch of herring. Now I'm eating a bunch of sardines. But beggars can't be choosers. This is what I just pulled out of the cabinet. Don't mind the wounds on my arm. I'm fine. I know I didn't wreck a bike or nothing. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm still looking at picking up that little John boat. The sale is, I don't know, the end of November, like the third week of November or something. So hopefully I'll end up with it. I should be able to end up with it. So I'll have a little John boat, so there will be some content on fixing that up. I'm really excited for that, because John from work, he's got some leftover equipment from when he's been upgrading on his boat, and I've got some stuff that I kept from my Alumiweld, and there's some parts that are floating around that I'll be able to set that thing up real nice with a depth finder and a trolling motor and rod holders, all that stuff. So, and I kept my Honda, so my Honda's going to go on it. I got to come up with some way to put that motor on it because it's a short shaft boat, and my Honda's a long shaft motor, so I got to either buy or build a jack plate. But that ain't a big deal. John says I need to basically turn it into a miniature bass boat. I'm not like a super fan of that, but I will say that fishing off of his sea hunt, because he's got a 19-foot sea hunt, and it's got the fishing deck in the front and the fishing deck in the back, and that is nice standing up on the deck. I'm so used to enjoying being in a boat with high sides, but now I'm standing up high above the water with no sides, and I'm enjoying that too. So we'll see. I'll fish out of it a little bit and figure out what I want to do. But I am going to power it with my Honda. That's in my previous videos. You guys have seen it if you've been with me for any appreciable amount of time. But the cool thing about the Honda is power tilt. So it's got tilt and trim. It's electric start. And it charges at 12 amps. So it will keep the battery charged while I'm running the depth finder and any lights or anything. I kind of want to put some of those green LED strips in it for when it's like right at dark or right after dark. You can turn those lights on and that'll bring all the bait up and you'll be able to fish. The fish will come right to the boat. I was actually talking to a couple of guys about that yesterday, and I think I might go ahead and do that. So one of my goals is to catch a false albacore tomorrow with Terry while we're out on the ocean. They're supposed to be running right now, or sometime in this short window of time that I'm in. They're supposed to be running, and a lot of locals here say they're no good to eat. because they're bloody. But if you bleed your fish, then they're not going to be as bloody, for one. Tunas, they're a little miniature tuna. They're like 10 pounds or something. I don't know. They're a miniature tuna. And I want to catch one, and I want to eat it. I want to put it in the fry pan. I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos from some people like in Virginia or in Florida or whatever, who catch these same fish, these same schools of fish from the same schools as they're traveling, and eat them and say they're good to eat. But for some reason, this little corner of the world that I'm in the southern Outer Banks, apparently they're trash and they're bait grade fish, and I don't understand. I was also told that you can't eat pinfish. Now, if any of you know what a pinfish is, you'll think, what the hell are you doing eating a pinfish? Well, pinfish is known as sailor's choice, because a lot of the time that's the only thing that they could get to eat. And so we kept like three or four bigger pinfish. I don't know, probably 7, 8 inches long. Big for this area anyway, big for the ones that I've been catching. But we ended up breading them in Louisiana fish fry and pan frying them in my wok. They were like eating popcorn chicken. Who'd have thought? Better than these sardines and mustard. But it's a whole lot of effort to go through for a little bit of meat. But those pinfish, they remind me a lot of the pile perch from home. We had those pile perch back home that were kind of like blue with purple on them, and these pinfish remind me a whole lot of that. So, oh no. No, I'm down to the chunks. Well, that's enough of that. Go ahead and close up my sriracha bottle here. It has a spill. How did I spill that? Leave it to me to spill a bottle with a lid. Anyway. Alright guys, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Modog, this is for you. You've been foaming for me to do another one of these videos. And I finally went and did it. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you get notified when I make new uploads. Like this video, because that helps the algorithm. And we'll see you on the next one.